And we're back here on the Averett University Sports Network. I am Montre Cash, joined by senior point guard and teammate Ian Best here for the last game of this tri-match today as we have your Averett University Cougars taking on the now 12-1 Bridgewater Eagles out of the Old Dominion Athletic Conference. Averett is part of the USAC conference, and excuse me, the music came on, so that is a little loud in my ears and in your ears as well. But Averett is 0-0 in conference play, 3-8 overall, looking to get back on track here versus the Bridgewater Eagles. As for today, the starters for your Cougars, we have number 1, Micah Patterson at libero, number 3, Lauren Montran, number 5, Mackenzie Miller, number 6, Sarah Sharpshire, number 18, Madison Dedez, number 23, Zamaya Magnum, and last but not least, number 15, Morgan Barnes. And for the Eagles starting today at libero, number 1, Taylor McNeely, number 19, Sarah Kearns, number 3, Grace Hayes, number 14, Emily Hanger, the 6'2 junior out of Churchville, Virginia, and number 17, Rachel Gaston, the outside here senior from Mechanicsville, Virginia. She's from Lee Davis High School. And last but not least, Lisa O'Grady, the freshman out of Yorktown, Virginia. This front line for the Bridgewater team is very, very tall, and they're led by number 17, Rachel Gaston, who played great last game against the Scots. But both teams early today came up 0-3 versus the Scots. As a block early from Lauren, as she scores the first, Morgan Barnes, as she scores the first points as the Cougars get on the board first today. Your Cougars are wearing yellow tops with blue trims down beneath, and that ball stays in bounds. Mackenzie Miller with the service ace. The Cougars are wearing yellow jerseys with blue trims and blue bottoms, as the Bridgewater Eagles wearing white tops with black bottoms.
And both teams are looking to make a statement as they both went down 3-0 to the Maryville Scots. So I look to see a lot of compete in this game, Montre.
I do as well. Both teams, like you said, went down 0-3 to the Scots today. The Scots came in and took care of business. Both teams today, 6 sets, 6 wins in all 6 of those sets. As Hope Jennings lets that last one get away from her. Hope sends it away. Mackenzie Miller gets it, and Patterson tries to dig that one off the ground, but just couldn't. 3-1, your Cougars early here in the first set.
Back to serve, we got number 1, the libero, Taylor McNeely, the senior from Chester, Virginia.
Magnum digs this one away.
That front line, Montre, like you said, is really tall.
And that's no problem for Lauren Montran, the freshman, reigning freshman of the week for the USAC Conference. Montran coming off of it, and she looks to send this one away. Gets it away. And that one looks like it stays in bounds. Micah Patterson with a dig there. Sharpshire tries to get it. Gets it over.
Great hustle.
Great play there by Sharpshire. Tries to find a soft spot. Great dig there by Miller. Montran sends it over. Great dig by McKinley.
Way to keep that ball alive by Averett.
O'Grady gets that one.
They are on the floor. They're coming to play today.
And Morgan Barnes is on the floor. Like you said earlier, Sharpshire keeps it alive with the dig. They're sending it up to Montran. Montran sends it away. The kill. Great dig there by McNeely. And they're sending it up to 14. Hope Jennings. And it gets away from her again. And Averett wins that serve 4-1. And Danny Miller is hyped and excited about that. He's giving his team some praise earlier. They did not play very well early. They had a lot of mental mistakes. And Danny Miller is happy with what he just saw right there as his team. Don't get a lot of motion out of him, Ian. And he got a little clap involved.
Yes, exactly. And you can see the Averett crowds getting into it early, which I always love to see.
Absolutely. We love when a good crowd comes out to Averett and supports the team a lot. And that one sails away from Montran there. 2-5 early. Your Cougars lead here in the first set.
Bismarck with the serve.
Sharpshire with the kill. Blocked by the Eagles. A great
Morgan Barnes with the block.
Great job there by Morgan Barnes. As he said, and Morgan Barnes come out in this game and is playing great early. And into the game, the senior, the Energizer Bunny on this team, Maddie Dedez. As we said earlier, she just all about winning. She comes with the great block early. And they set up 14, Hope Jennings. Hope Jennings got let 2 get away earlier today in this game, but she is back on the ground, and now, they are now down 3-6 as she finds the back left corner as it hits the hardwood. Magnum with the dig. Over to Sharpshire. Sharpshire lets it go. They set up Muntrin. Muntrin gets it.
Muntrin with the kill, the freshman sensation. Like you said, Muntrin, player of the week, and she surely has been showing it. As a freshman, it's always tough to come in your first year and produce, and she's absolutely doing it.
It is. I know Danny Miller's excited to have her for 4 years. She is great. She is up there, and Sharpshire just gets that one over the net. Like I said, Danny Miller happy to have her. Sharpshire now with the dig. Tough dig there by Rachel Gaston. She lets him go. And Zamaya Magnum with the kill.
And Zamaya Magnum, the power she puts behind her hits. Sometimes it doesn't even look like she's hitting the ball hard, but when it comes off her hand, I would hate to be in front of it.
You're right, Eddie. And look at that service ace there by Sharpshire. I'm sorry. I did call him Eddie. I meant to say that Eddie said earlier today that Zamaya Magnum, she calls her rocket arm, as I did call him Eddie, but his name is Ian Best, and we are about to take a break right here on Averett Sports Network. And back here on the Averett University Sports Network, joined by Ian Best. Sarah Sharpshire is going to send this one up and over the net as they're going to set up their sensational Rachel Gaston.
Rachel Gaston with the monster kill. And she's picking up where she left off, Montre. They lost the last game, but she had 16 kills last game, which is absolutely unbelievable.
Indeed, she did. 16 kills. That is a ton of kills, especially to only have 3 sets played. But Micah Patterson tried to get under that one. It just took the wrong angle on her. As we have number 19.
Micah Patterson with the hustle.
Muntrin sends it over.
They sets up Gaston.
And Muntrin with the dig there. Set up Maddie Dedez. She's going to try to find a soft spot, and she does. Number 2, Friendly, tried to make a play on that ball, but just couldn't. And I tell you what, Ian, these Cougars come out with a lot of aggression early here in this first set, as they're up 4-10 here early in the first set.
Maddie Dedez, a senior middle hitter. She's very smart, and right there she showed it. Brings a lot of leadership to this team.
Magnum right over the net. She just lets that one go early. Let that one go too hard. She is indeed what I said. Eddie calls her rocket arm. She has a lot of power. As number 18, Lisa O'Grady, checks in for the Eagles. She has a lot of power behind that arm. She does. Sometimes they sell away from her, but when they get them in play, I tell you what, it's something hard to dig off of.
And back to say, number 3, Grace Hayes. Micah Patterson over to Muntrin.
Muntrin finds the soft spot, but Gaston makes a great play. O'Grady makes an amazing play. And number 4 for the Cougars, Harper Sculler, tries to make a good dig there, but just got away. As Danny Miller has a question right here for the ref. Doesn't really agree, but just wanted to talk to her. As your Cougars are up 10-6 here. Grace Hayes lets the serve go over.
Off the arms of Micah Patterson.
And Hayes with the ace there.
Bridgewater's looking to make a run in 7-10. Your Averett University Cougars are still in the lead.
Indeed, they are trying to make a run here. They, like I said, mentioning this, they are 12-1. Looking up their stuff today, they are trying to get after and coming here, and they did not expect to lose today. Maddie Dedez with an amazing kill. Cross-body kill. Beautiful pass there for number 5, Mackenzie Miller.
And Mackenzie Miller is one of the best at assisting her teammates. I believe last game she finished with 18 assists.
Indeed, she is. That was before the last game. She had 349 sets and assists. 349 sets on the year. So that just tells you how many times she's setting up her teammates.
Mackenzie Miller is passing you the ball. You better be ready.
Better be ready because she's going to pass it all the time as that one gets away from O'Grady for the Eagles. Your Cougars are now on top by 5, 7-12, midway through the first. Dez with the serve, up and over to Gaston. They're going to set up Gaston. And Gaston kicks that one in. Gaston, the player to watch for the Eagles every single game as she comes in with, I believe it was 141 kills before the last game, and I believe she had 17 or 18 kills that last game. So she's working on 160 at the end of this game. As the Cougars get a block there, great dig by Harper. As Muntrin tries to get a kill there, great dig there, also by Gaston. Gaston's great at digging on the team as well. Second in digs as number 14, Hope Jennings, let that one flies over.
And just a little update, your Averett University football team is up 28-12 in the third quarter against our foe, Ferrum College.
Indeed, our foe. We do not like the Panthers, but our football team is taking care of business, and we like what we see. And right now, our volleyball team is taking care of great business as we get an amazing block by Lauren Muntrin over there. And she's picking up where she left off as Rookie of the Week, and she's going to try to repeat as she wants to make her statement known as the Cougars are up 8-14 here in this first set. And that one just got away there from Mackenzie Miller as she's mad at herself, and she knows she's better than that. But like I said, like we said last game, that one can get away from everybody here at times. The libero for the Eagles sends it over. An amazing kill there by Morgan Barnes.
And Morgan Barnes slammed that thing right down into her and then left a wet spot on the floor.
Indeed, he did. Morgan Barnes and Lauren Muntrin, the sensational freshmen, have came to play early in this game as the Cougars are on top 9-15. And looks like number 11, Madison Hayes, is going to check in for number 19, Sarah Kearns, here for the Eagles. Danny Miller, in his 25th season here at Averett University, has a lot of banners in the gym to show for it. He's a great coach as they set up number 11, Madison Hayes, as soon as she gets in the game. And what a play
by Mackenzie Miller.
And talking about Coach Miller, that is indeed his daughter, Mackenzie Miller, that made an amazing play. Those are one of those heads-up plays, those sneaky plays that volleyball players, when you get them, they're hard to take care of.
That is exactly right, Montre.
And Miller recruiting his daughter, got his daughter to come here. What a great pickup that he did in her, as she's an amazing volleyball player for this team. And Micah Patterson with a great dig, and Sarah Sharpfire let that one get away from her.
Back to serve for the Bridgewater Eagles, Jessica Bismeyer, a junior from Virginia Beach, Virginia.
And indeed, she is from the 757 from Virginia Beach, and Magnum lets that one get away too, as it is now 11-16 on the scoreboard. Your Cougars are up by 5 midway through the second. And what we cannot do is let these Eagles get on the run. They were previously an undefeated team with only one loss, and that coming today. And Sharpshot with the amazing kill. And the Cougars are not letting them catch any momentum, and that's what we need to do as Maddie Dedez gets back in the game.
Maddie Dedez checks back in, but Micah Patterson is back to serve.
And Patterson, the libero, the Cougars been trying to find a libero all year. Patterson looks like she's coming into that role very well. And Miller got a slight hand on it and knew she messed it up because she had Muntrin to back her up in the back. But it's okay. Danny Miller's still talking to his team, trying to lead them to their first set victory. As you said earlier today, Ian, winning that first set is such a momentum boost in this game of volleyball.
Yes, indeed it is.
And Dedez with an amazing kill. Slight blockage there by the Eagles. Great dig by Patterson over to Mangum.
Mangum's struggling a little bit, but once I'm pretty sure she'll find it and get it going.
And then she is a tad bit struggling, like you said, as the Cougars are up 4 here. But when like you said, Ian, if Mangum gets a hold of it, it's 2 Cougars don't talk there, but get it over. Good block there by the Eagles. But as soon as Mangum finds her arm, she comes in a rocket arm. It's going to turn. There's Gaston. Mangum with the amazing play over to the Dez. The Dez tries to find a soft spot, doesn't. And the Eagles look like they jumped too early. That was Madison Hayes who just took a bad jump. And now that was a big point there. The Cougars needed that point there as Friendly checks back in for the Eagles. And Hope Jennings sub comes out.
Shropshire is back to serve. She sends it over.
Shropshire just gets it over the net, as you said, over to Gaston. Gaston gets it. Amazing dig by Micah Patterson. There's Samaya Mangum, as that one gets away from her too. And she looking a little frustrated with herself right now. But there's one thing that she has, and that's great teammates to pack her up. Maddie Dadez and Mackenzie Miller telling her about herself. And Coach Miller telling her too, calm down, it's fine, you're doing good. As long as he's saying you're doing good, it's good things happening. As the Cougars are up 18-14. Maddie Dadez
again with the same play that she had her previous kill on, and it seems like it's working. And Maddie Dadez with her 3rd kill of the night.
An amazing kill by Maddie there. It was a beautiful play. Mackenzie Miller sets her up back, and she just gets the running start, and it's just like she's a cross body, it almost looks like, as Mangum sends it over. And
wow, great dig by Micah Patterson.
Patterson sends it. And there it is. None other than Rachel Gaston, as you said, Ian. She is a monster, especially when she gets a hand on it. And the Cougars didn't look like they talk as well. As number 12 checks in. Lindsay Olzawowski. Sorry if I'm not saying that right. I believe I am, the Olzawowski. Olzowski. There we go. Olzowski.
That's a unique name. Many people don't know. My middle name is Kiambe.
And an amazing kill by Muntrin right there. And Muntrin coming back with a kill, an amazing kill again. And what a play by Friendly to try to get it. And that is 4 touches, and Muntrin is picking up right where she left off. I am telling you what, Ian Beth, she is here and ready to play, wearing the number 3 on her back and her front side. As Madison Dadez is going to send this one away. And like you said, many people don't know that about you, Ian. But it is okay. They know now. Cougars are 5 points. They're now 4 points away as Olzowski lets that one get away from her. And now the Cougars are up 15-21 here in the first set. They are coming to play as they were on a 3-game win streak previously before playing. And Madison Dadez picks up the service, and before playing the Maryville Scots. We have a timeout by the Bridgewater Eagles. We'll be right back in 53 seconds here on the Averett University Sports Network. And back here on the Averett University Sports Network, after the Bridgewater timeout, Madison Dadez was centered away as they are 3 points away here from shutting the Bridgewater Eagles out in the first set.
And Montre, the Averett University Cougars, if we can get this set right here, we'll put a lot of pressure on the Bridgewater Eagles.
Indeed we will, and that would be 4 straight sets dropped for the Eagles if they were to drop this one, because they, as I said earlier, they got shut out by the Maryville Scots, and that is another kill by Madison Dadez. And it looks like the Eagles are just misplacing their jumps and mistiming their jumps, as they now the Cougars are 2 points away. And earlier, that one's going to just fly.
That totals up 70 kills for Madison Dedez on the season for her. As she previously coming into this game with 66.
And I want to let you know, Ian, that the first game against the Maryville Scouts was not indeed a conference game. They are in the conference. They are in the USA South Conference, but it did not count as a conference game, as the Eagles pick up 2 quick points to get right back in this game, 17-23, as they have their anchor, Rachel Gaston, back to serve. But the game did not count as a conference game, as the Cougars do start conference play on Wednesday at Peace University.
And Zamaya Mangum sends another one outside of the lines.
Indeed, she did. 18-23 here, late in the first set. Rachel Gaston looks to try to dig her team out of this hole as they are down 5 here. And
there's Morgan Barnes.
Who other right now than Morgan Barnes and Lauren Muntrin? Those 2 girls are 2 sensational freshmen playing well. Them 2 with Madison Dedez and Sarah Sharpshire, they are playing great. And Micah Patterson back at libero, getting digs after digs. This Averett team is looking really well early, and bad talkage here by the Bridgewater Eagles. And that right there, Ian, is game 25-18.
I know the Cougars are feeling good after that one. They got 1 down, 2 to go, and it's looking pretty good.
Indeed we are. And your Cougars take the first set 25-18. Great play there by Lauren Muntrin and Sarah Shropshire and Morgan Barnes. And also great play there by Micah Patterson and Mackenzie Miller as the Cougars are on top 1-0. We'll be right back on Averett Sports Network. back here on the Averett University Sports Network, and I have a little stats for you. The kills for the Eagles, Rachel Gaston is leading them with 3, Hope Jennings with 2. For the Cougars, Madison Dez has 4, and Lauren Montrin has 3, and Morgan Barnes has 2. And your Cougars, Mackenzie Miller is leading you with 9 assists. Wow, Zamaya Mangum also has 2, and Grace Hayes, the only one with an assist for the Eagles, with 6. After the first set, and Taylor McNeely has 4 digs as Jessica Bismeyer has 3. And for the Cougars, Lauren Muntrin has 4, while Micah Patterson also has 4. And Muntrin sends this one over, tries to find a soft spot, as Ozowski tries to also find a soft spot. And they set up 14, Hope Jennings. And Jennings finds the soft spot. It's 2-0 early in this.
McNeely back to serve. She's going to send it over.
I just said he was like, it's my birthday tonight. It's a kickback. I didn't know about it. I was like, yeah, that's going to get fucked up.
Mackenzie Miller sets up Morgan Barnes, as Hayes sends it over. Magnum finds a soft spot, and
there she goes.
Indeed does.
She is on the board.
Darius, what are you doing tonight?
Like you said, if Magnum finds the spot, she can. If Magnum can find her groove, this is a big boost to the Averett team as they trail 2-1 here early in the second set.
Mackenzie Miller is back to serve. Wearing number 5 in the goal.
And it looks like 2 Eagles try to get their hands on that one, as they didn't talk about it. Sharpshire sends it over with the kill. Sarah Sharpshire.
Sarah Sharpshire is looking really good today.
She indeed has. The sophomore is looking really good. Sophomore out of Wilmington, North Carolina. Indeed. And Gaston looks like she lost that one. Just going to send that one over. And they're going to set up Montrin. And it does indeed hit one of the Eagles. They say it was tipped. And Montrin gets the kill again. Mackenzie Miller setting her teammates up like as she does best. And she's going to send this one away. Cougars now take the lead. They're up 3-2. Miller sends it over. They're going to set up Hope Jennings. Muntrin tries to get the dig. It goes over, and the Eagles do not talk. They're going to send it over. They're going to call 4 touches there by the Eagles.
Averett University is on a little of a run right now.
Indeed,
they looking really good. Now, the captain for Bridgewater Eagles is having a few questions to the referee. Number 17, Rachel Gaston.
She did not believe that there was 4 touches there. She just wanted to know what was going on. And that is good by captain and ask questions. And it looks like there's going to be a big question going on here.
It's always good to ask questions and just being a leader and trying to figure out what your team needs to do to correct. Indeed. So it wasn't happening again.
Indeed, you're right. I don't think she agreed with the 4-tap call. But it's just what the ref saw, and that's what's going to stand. Obviously, as in volleyball, you do not have any takebacks. So there is no replays or challenges. As Miller sends this one over again to the libero, McNeely. McNeely's going to set up Hope Jennings. Good block there by the Cougars. They send this one to Muntrin. Over to Sharpshire. Sharpshire gets a kill. Almost with the kill there. Great dig by Grace Hayes. Ozowski tried to find it.
Miller punches it over to Jennings. She punches it in for the kill. Bridgewater Eagles are still trailing by 1, 3-4.
And Jennings with that kill, indeed, is number 12, Ozowski subs out, and number 7, Jessica Bismeyer subs in. Bismeyer sends it over. Micah Patterson. Oh, great dig there by the Bridgewater. And Zamai Mayan tried to pick up the dig. And Jessica Bismeyer came in the game and got an amazing dig there. As the score is now tied at 4 early in the second.
Both teams are going back and forth. That ball sails out, and the point to your Avery University Cougars. And they now lead 5-4.
And as you said, the Cougars are talking well here. That is things they did not do this morning in their game versus, the game versus Maryville Scots.
And you know, Trey, communication is key. If you don't talk, you won't succeed out there on the floor. You always got to talk to your teammates. You always got to let them know ins and outs about everything.
Indeed, you're right. As the ball finds the hardwood, as Micah Patterson let that one fly right over. And there's Magnum with the kill, but an amazing block there by, looks like a double team of number 3, Grace Hayes, and number 17, Rachel Gaston.
With that tall lineup, it's hard to get that ball through.
Indeed, you're right. 6-5. The Bridgewater Eagles are on top of your Averett Cougars. As Sharpshire tries to find a soft spot in the D, gets the kill, but a block there. Gaston sends it over. We're going to set up Magnum. Magnum tries to find a soft spot. Gaston there to set him up. Gaston wants it back. They didn't give it to her. And they gave it to number 7, Jessica Bismeyer. And Bismeyer definitely finds a soft spot as the Eagles take a 2-point lead. It's now 7-5. The Bridgewater Eagles on top of your Averett University Cougars. Jennings going to send it over. We're going to set up number 15. Morgan Barnes. And just an amazing block there by that tall front line, as we keep talking about. An amazing tall front line for the Eagles. At that time, they couldn't do anything about Morgan Barnes. Morgan Barnes said, "I will not get denied twice, as I will find the soft spot," as Friendly checks in for the Eagles.
Morgan Barnes, a freshman, out here showing what she can bring to the table. Mike's to serve. Number 1 in libero, Micah Patterson, sends it over to Gaston. Gaston hits into Zamaya. Magnum blocked by Zamaya. And Gadez.
Indeed, blocked by him. Magnum with the dig. She didn't want to send it over, but the dig got over, and they try to send it back really, really quick. And Magnum and Gadez with a double team block just couldn't be stopped. Dig there by the Eagles.
Good dig by Motrin. Over to Shropshire.
Sharpshire gets it blocked. The Bridgewater players thought something was supposed to be called there, but Gaston just keeps playing. Gaston just keeps ticking, and Gaston just keeps doing what she does best, and that's being a leader on this team and being what I call the best player on their team. Hayes sends it over. Mackenzie Miller sets up the Dez. The Dez tries to find a soft spot. Hits it to Haynes. Over to Gaston. Gaston tries to find a soft spot. Miller with the dig. Over to Sharpshire. Sharpshire with the kill. Amazing dig by Haynes. Sharpshire calls it. Miller gets it. Sets up Magnum. Magnum with the kill. Amazing dig there by Bismeyer. Gaston with the kill and finds it.
Rachel Gaston's really heating up right now. She's really starting to find her groove with back-to-back kills for her Bridgewater Eagles. Avery University needs to find a way to stop it.
And as we talk about, she finds her groove and gets hot and all that. We've seen her get hot in the last game that we called Ian Best. She got really, really hot and did not want to lose. And she sends that one out of bounds as we were talking about how she is hot. And that's
the commentator's curse right there.
Yeah, it is. But as we saw her get hot versus the Maryville Scots, her team was down 24-12, and she pulled back 5 straight kills, back to back to back to back to back, as we have seen her get hot before. And they're going to keep trying to find her. Amazing dig there by Patterson. Patterson's now going to have to send it over. And Gaston with the dig. They're going to set it back up to Gaston. Gaston finds the amazing soft spot as she gets the light kill there.
And that's kill number 6 for Rachel Gaston. She is starting to heat it up indeed. Back to serve for the Bridgewater Eagles. Grace Hayes, number 3. Great dig by Patterson. Miller with a nice little trick play. Good block.
Ozowski tried to send that one over. Magnum's going to send it over. Ozowski with the block. Miller with it. And it looks like it's just a tappage. Got behind him.
That's Emily Hanger. She's 6'2". Ball's coming like that. She's so tall, she just reaches right over and drops it in.
Right. With her being 6'2", it's hard to block her and then Try to talk. As the Cougars, as Munchkin sends it over somehow. An amazing job by Munchkin there. And
there
a hanger.
she is again.
6'2", that wingspan. It looks like the Cougars are going to call a timeout here. As they are now, as the Eagles are on a 6-0 run and up 5, 13-8. We'll be right back on the Averett Sports Network.
And we're back here on your Averett University Sports Network. Your Averett University Cougars are trailing 13-8 to the Bridgewater Eagles. As the Bridgewater Eagles get set to serve it over, number 3, Grace Hayes, a freshman from Boone, North Carolina. Sends it over, set for Mangum. Blocked by Emily Hanger. It's so tough when getting it over her with her outreach arms at 6'2". Averett University now trails by 6 in the second set, 14-8. Miller sends it over to Mangum. And Hanger with the air as she hits the ball into the net. Averett University now has 9 to Bridgewater Eagles 14. Zamaya Mangum, number 23 in gold, is back to serve. She looks to send it over for an ace. And there is Emily Hanger, the 6'2" junior from Churchville, Virginia, is now dominated the last 3 to 4 points. Number 14 checks in for the Hope Jennings, checks in for Friendly, as Rachel Gasson, number 17, is back to serve. She sends it over. Miller sets up Motrin. And Gasson with the great hustle keeps the ball alive. She sends it over to Dedez. She pushes it back. Sets up Jennings. Over to Motrin. Great rally here. And number 12, Ozowski, with the kill for the Bridgewater Eagles. And they're finally heating up, looking to find their first set of the day as they went down 0-3. We have a stoppage here. One of our line judges comes to the referees. Rachel Gaston, the senior, is back to serve, and she sends it over with authority. And she sets up Motrin. Excuse me, Montrin. Both teams are fighting hard. It's number 12. Kozowski sends it over. Sets up Hanger, and Hanger with another kill. Monterey Hanger is really showing off right now. The last 5 to 6 points have been going through her. Either blocks, kills, digs. She's doing it all.
You're right, Ian, and as soon as I came back, 3 points by Emily Hanger, and they have a chant over there for it, and she got 3 chants back to back to back. Emily Hanger, the 6'2" junior out of Churchville, Virginia, is on fire right now. We'll be right back on the Averett Sports Network. And back here on the Averett University Sports Network, the Bridgewater Eagles are up 17-9, looking to tie this game up at 1 apiece. And the Cougars, Madison Dedez has other plans as she comes out and gets a point as soon as we come out of that timeout.
Number 15, Morgan Barnes, the freshman, checks in for Monica Patterson and libero. Madison Dedez, number 18 in goal, sends it over to Hanger.
Hanger.
Great dig by Zamaya Mangum.
Hanger seems another one shot over, and Dez just let that one just gets away from her tad bit.
Averett University's kind of digging a hole, down by 8 to the Bridgewater Eagles. They need to go on a run right here to keep this game into 3 sets. Barnes with the kill into nowhere, man's land. She sends it right over as Averett University picks up another point. They now trail by 7, 11-18. Man, Mackenzie Miller is back to serve, number 5 in goal. Over to Jennings. Great dig by Mangum. Miller taps it over.
Muncher sends it over. Great block there by number 12.
Ozowski.
And also in there was Haynes, number 11, junior and senior.
Ozowski, what a wonderful name that is, my friend.
Yeah, it is. I mean, like you said, I could struggle to pronounce it at first. But I know she's one of one. She knows her family, and her family knows her, because that's not a common last name. And it looks like there, Jessica Bismeyer, who we haven't seen much of today, gets the service ace there.
Bridgewater bench has a lot of energy right now.
They are.
We did not see that in the last game versus the Maryville Scots. They down, cheering, smiling, laughing, all over the floor.
Indeed, you're right. And this game is a game of runs, and Shropshire finds a hand on it. And Magnum's going to send this one over in just a short. And that's now 21-11. Your Cougars trail by 10 late here in the second set.
This one looks like it's going to. We have a error by number 7 of the Bridgewater Eagles. She lost the ball. I believe it slipped as she was going to serve, and the point goes to Averett. And as a coach, you hate to see those type of plays.
Indeed, you do, and the team's just laughing it off there.
Yeah, but it's all fun and games. But hey, it's another point.
Indeed, you're right. As we set up Shropshire let us go. Good dig there by the Eagles. And Muncher with a great dig. Muncher's just going to send it over. Great job by Mackenzie Miller and Montran to get their hands on that. Shropshire's going to send it over. And Shropshire gets the point. And I think Mackenzie Miller came up a little banged up on that play. And she looked like she's holding her side.
See, little plays like that, little slips up, leads to a 2-point swing for the Averett University Cougars. 21-13. They trail by 8. And Mackenzie Miller, I believe she's hurting after that play. She's going to talk to the ref.
Banged up just a little, as you
said.
said.
She will be okay. You never want to see any injuries in any type of sport, Mantra.
You're right. Banged up in a little type of way. She's fine. You know, like as I said earlier, her dad and coach, none other than the great and famous Danny Miller here on campus, just was checking in on her, making sure she's fine. As the Cougars are down 8 here, 21-13.
Danny Miller, he's their coach. He's their dad, but I'm pretty sure he's coach first.
Indeed, you are right. As they set up Jennings gets it dug by Montran. Magnum sends it over. Good block there by the Eagles. And Lauren tries to make a great play. Patterson digs it. Going to set up Shropshire. Shropshire with an amazing play. And it looked like Hope Jennings just got a hand on it and made a great play on the ball as they are up 22-13, 3 points away from closing this set out. Jennings sends it over. Patterson gets it. Gaston tries to get it. Patterson digs it. Magnum tries to find a soft spot. Bismarck keeps it in. Gaston tries to find another soft spot. Sharpshire finds it. And it's a back-and-forth match right here at the end, and the Cougars end up with it. Not as excited as they thought they would be because they didn't know what was going on, but Madison Dedesh checks back in for the Cougars.
Friendly text in for Jennings on the opposing team side. Michael Patterson's back to serve for your Averett University Cougars. The libero wearing number 1 in white. She sends it over.
Almost picks up the service ace there. They're going to set up Sharpshire. Sharpshire with a great kill there. Just gets it dug in by the Eagles. I think it was Bismarck that dug that. McNeely with that dig.
Over
Setting up
Gaston.
Gaston. Great dig there by Magnum. Excuse me.
Moultrie.
And Magnum sends it over. They're going to set up Gaston. Gaston's going to let it fly. Great dig there by Montran. They're going to send it back over. There's a back-and-forth match here. McNeely with the dig now. They're going to set up Gaston again. And who other than Lauren Montran with the dig, and they're going to call the point to the Eagles. Double tap there.
Double by Averett University Cougars. And Montran, it's all over for today. She's digging it up. But the point inevitably goes to the Bridgewater Eagles for a double. Back to serves, number 11, Madison Haynes. Haynes is a senior.
But Mackenzie Miller did one of those plays again where she just finds the soft spot and just outthinks the opponents as they now trail 23-15. If the Cougars can get on a run here, they can make it interesting. Sharpshire sends it over the net off the serve. There goes none other than Emily Hanger, number 16.
Emily Hanger. Number 4, takes in Harper Scalo for Shropshire.
And the Cougars 1 point from losing this set here. Bridgewater 1 point from winning it. Trying to end this set right here by number 3, Grace Hayes. Going to send it away. Grace gets it away.
Emily Hanger now has 5 kills.
And I believe all 5 of those came in this set, and they're going to set her up again. No, they're not. They're going to go to number 12, Alzowski. And she's going to take care of business and end this set. And now 25-15 is your score. Your Averett Cougars lose this second set. And we'll be back up. It's tied 1-1. We'll be back here at Averett University Sports Network. back here on the Averett University Sports Network. I want to update you with the score. The final score of the football game as we took on the Farron Panthers today. Your Averett Cougars 35. The Farron Panthers only 12 points on the scoreboard. So the Averett Cougars took that win today, and we're happy for them to come back with that win. But now we want our Averett University volleyball team to come back with the win. It's number 14 for them. Hope Jennings starts the game off with a kill to start the game off with a 1-0 lead. As number 16, Emily Hanger, checks into the game. She was great in that last set. As the ball sails out of bounds, point to the Cougars. Magnum back to serve.
That's number 14. Oh, that was out. Hope Jennings thought she had the kill, but the line judge, Coach Brendan Baker, said it was out. Back to serve is Amaya Mangum, number 23, in the goal. Short serve. Sends it over to Hanger. And that's too much power on it for Micah Patterson as her dig goes out of bounds.
You already know who that was that hit her that one. It was Emily Hanger.
And you know who's serving. Number 12, Ozowski.
Ozowski sends it over. And looks like Magnum couldn't control that dig to get it up far enough as it just traveled over, right over the net. And the Bridgewater front line just tapped it over, and the Cougars could not handle that. Bridgewater Eagles up early, 3-2. Montran with a very, very hard kill, but
Gaston with the dig.
Great dig there by Gaston. As you
said,
said,
Dez is having her quite a game with her 5th kill of the game.
Indeed she does. And back into the game, Morgan Barnes, the freshman out of Cornelius, North Carolina. Attended Huff High School and graduated there from last year. So Micah Patterson sends this one over. And what a play there by Bismarck. She just tried to tap it over just to get it over because she took a bad jump. But she ended up with the point, and that puts now the Bridgewater Eagles on top, 4-3.
Hope Jennings sends it over to Montran. It's Miller with a gutsy play where she knocks it over without even looking backwards with her hand and gets the point. What an amazing play that was right there.
Very gutsy, as you said. You can tell Miller has a limp in her. As she went down and hurt her side last game, she hit the hardwood very hard. But she also has been getting balls to hit the hardwood all night. And she's been making amazing plays. And a great dig there by Maynard, but it just travels out of bounds. And who other than Emily Hanger. And she gets subbed out now.
The 6'2 junior is playing very, very well. She gets subbed out with number 1. Taylor McNeely back to serve, the libero.
Morgan Barnes with the dig there.
Gaston, she tips it over. Back to Miller.
Miller just going to send it over.
Sends it right back to Gaston. Gaston, their go-to target.
Gaston indeed is their go-to target, Ian. And she is put on a show today, and she picks up another point, and she takes her team up 2 points early, 6-4 here.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe that was her 8th kill in this third set. 8 kill total. And she's looking to tally on more.
Sharp shot. That one just gets away from it, travels just out of bounds.
A crazy stat. Instead of 8, that's her 7th kill, but her, Hanger, and Jennings all have 7 kills for the match today.
Amazing. That's 21 kills total by 3 people. Can't get any better than that. And great block there by the Cougars to pick up a point there. I think that was Sharpshire and Barnes there on the block. 7-5. Your Cougars down 2 points early in this game.
Madison Dedez leads the Cougars with 6 kills.
Gaston tried to get a kill again as number 11 just loses that.
Averett's arguing for a 4 call.
And I was arguing for a 4 as well. I can't argue on the air, but I was definitely arguing in my head. Did not know what was going on there. But the point ends up to Averett anyways. Gaston, that one sails out for hands and hits the net.
Montre sends it over. 2-11. Madison Haynes, the senior from Bassett, Virginia, gets the kill as number 12, Ozowski, comes back in for Bismarck, number 7, the junior. Number 3, Grace Hayes is back to serve for the Eagles.
And Grace is a freshman, Ian. We haven't said that all day. And as soon as I say that, she does make a little mistake. But Grace is a freshman, and that's big, as we have been talking about the 2 freshmen on the side of the Cougars, as one of them is back to let it go.
Morgan Barnes, number 15 and go, ready to send this over.
Barnes
Indeed,
sends it
she
over.
does. Hayes sets up. Zamaya Mangum with the block back into the Bridgewater's territory to give Avery University a point and tie this game up at 8 apiece.
Grace Hayes tried to set up Madison Haynes right there. Very similar names as she's going to set up this time.
Great dig by Morgan Barnes. And Stropeside knocks it right over the Uga territory for another kill.
And if you're looking, if you're in the stands, you look up, you see that your Cougars are up 9-8. And if you're watching at home, you can look at the bottom of your screen and see the scoreboard. It's 9-8. Your Cougars are now back on top. Barnes send this one over. They're going to find their go-to, Gaston. Gaston lays it too short, and Zamaya Mangum's going to take that point easy all day, every day, and she's going to send that one right back to her in her face, and Zamaya Mangum will take that point. Now up 10-8 is your Cougars. Gaston tries to get another kill. Tries and does indeed gets it.
Number 14, Jennings takes it back in for friendly. As number 17, Rachel Gaston, the sensational phenom, is back to serve. Mackenzie Miller has a couple questions for the referee. All smiles over there, so nothing big. Watching no team is really pulling away this set, as it's only a 2-point swing. Avery University's up 2 though. They're looking to pull away and try to get some momentum to win this set and go up 2-1.
Indeed, you're right, Ian. No team has pulled away more than 3 points in this set right here. And right back to the Eagles, as we keep saying. Haynes picks up the point for the Eagles. The Eagles are now down 1.
The Eagles are now down 1 point, looking to close in on this gap.
And Ian, this set right here is going to be a big one, as Magnum tries to find the soft spot. And as I said, this set is going to be a big one due to the fact that it is tied at 1 apiece. So now it's just like 0-0. So now it's just the best out of 3.
Exactly right, Montre. And it just keeps going back and forth.
And we would take that as Cougars fans, that we would take the back and forth, because our Cougars are up 12-10 right now. And if I'm doing my math correctly, we will hit 25 before them if it keeps going back and forth.
You're exactly right, Montre Cash.
Magnum sends it over. They're going to set up Jennings, and Jennings is going to take her point. And Gaston clapping to her teammates, trying to get them involved.
And that's what you have to do as a leader on your team. You got to bring some energy. You got to try to spark something. And Montran with amazing hit, but it was digged by McNeely. Back to Jennings. As she sends it back over to Zamaya Magnum. And that ball is out. Avery is arguing that the ball was tipped, but the referee says otherwise, and the point goes to the Bridgewater Eagles. Number 12, Ozowski, is back to serve.
And number 12 is back to serve, and 12 is knotted on the scoreboard. We have a lot of 12s involved in this, and this ball just takes the wrong bounce on Micah Patterson's arms. As now that's 3 straight by the Eagles.
And all this scoring and stuff, you would think one team is up. It's just going back and forth.
Back and forth indeed. As Zawalski sends it again.
Madison Dedez with the slide.
And there goes Hanger trying to get her hands on it.
Montran. She just sends it over to reset. Back over.
They're going to set up Gaston. Good dig there. There goes Dedez. Dedez with the point.
How many times have we said the name Dedez today?
It's been a lot. I'll tell you what, Ian. They have said it over and over and over again as Dedez checks out right here. And now we're going to have Miss Micah Patterson back to serve it away for the Cougars. A little miscommunication there by the Cougars. Gaston picks up an easy kill with no dig attempt whatsoever by any Cougar. Just finds the soft spot on the hardwood and he picks up the point. The Eagles up 14-13 with Jennings back to serve. We're going to set up Morgan Barnes. Barnes takes a nice play. And on the ground, what an amazing play there by number 7, Bismeyer. But we're going to set up Muncher. Muncher is going to find a soft spot. Gaston gets there. They're going to get it to 16. None other than Emily Hanger. And she has just been a beast with it today as the Eagles are now at 15-13 after a long little serve point right there. Going to set up Muncher again. Muncher just going to try to find a soft spot. Bismeyer finds it. Gaston gets it. And the Cougars is a little too far away. And it looks like Danny Miller may take a timeout here just so they not get on too much of a run. 16-13 here. The Eagles of Bridgewater are up 3. Midway through the third set, tied at 1-1. We'll be right back on Averett Sports Network. As we're back here on the Averett University Sports Network, Maynham just doesn't play the ball good there. Took a weird bounce on it as 14 Jennings picks up the service ace there. Excuse me, Maynham picks up that one. And Barnes tries to send that one over, tries to find a soft spot. And Gaston.
Nobody's found in the back row back there. And she just finds her spot and she puts it right in there. That now tallies her up to, I believe, 9 kills on the day. Excuse me, that tallies up 12 kills for Gaston.
12 kills. That is a lot of kills.
That is a lot, as Hanger has 9 and Jennings has 8.
And with 12 on the day, and I believe last game she had about 15 or 16, and we believe that puts her about at, I believe, about 170 on the year. Excuse me, 160 on the year. As the Cougars are in a bind right here, and Coach Miller is trying to tell his team the way to hit the ball, and is getting a little tight with the Cougars. They were keeping it close and actually had the lead, but now trail 20-13. Magnum finds a way to send it over. They're going to set up the big beast in number 16, Emily Hanger.
Adversity is starting to set in for the Averett University Cougars, but it's always about how you respond. How do you respond to it as Coach Miller takes another timeout to try to rally his team against these Eagles?
Back here on the Averett University Sports Network, your Cougars trail in the third set, 21-13. As we set up Muntrin tries to send a shot over. They're going to set up Gaston. Gaston finds it. Amazing dig there by the Cougars. Muntrin sends it another one over. Amazing dig there also by the Eagles. And what a play there by the Eagles.
Player we are seeing here. Both teams are really fighting. And the ball is sent out by Barnes. And it's an error by number 15. Number 14, Jennings, is back to serve. Looking to close this out. And it's going to be tough for Averett University to come back from this one. They have to score 12-3.
Indeed they are. And Miller tried to find a soft spot on the hardwood there.
She just knocks it, tips it right over for another kill. Her 13th kill of the day. She's closing in on a smooth 15.
Indeed, you're right. Smooth 15. As at one point in this game, the Cougars were up 12-10. And since then, the Eagles have went on now what they call a 14-1 run. 14-1. And talk about a run in volleyball, run in basketball, run in anything. The run in volleyball, 14-1. That is a big run as they leave it short.
And as you said something, the commentators curse. As she leaves it short.
Hope Jennings does leave it short, and her coach just going to laugh it off with her, saying sometimes that happens. As long as our team can finish this off and get a quick point, all they need is one to take care of business and go up 2-1 in this set here. The Eagles are also 12-1 on the season, just losing their first match to the Maryville Scots. Earlier today, the game before this, we also had a try match, and the Maryville Scots went 2-0 today as they took down the Cougars and, as I just said, the Eagles in both 3-0 sets. And Hanger tried to get the running dig there, and what an amazing
ball was just barely out.
What an amazing block there by the Eagles, but as you said, it was just barely out. So the point there goes to the Cougars, and the Cougars now down 24-15, down 9 here. Mackenzie Miller's who you want back to serve. She doesn't make many mistakes back there, and Gaston gets it and takes care of the business. Who other than Rachel Gaston.
With her 14th kill of the day.
She's now.
And she's looking on the tally more.
And back-to-back sets, 25-15. The Bridgewater Eagles take them over your Averett Cougars as they enter the fourth set up 2-1. We'll be right back here on the Averett. Back here on the Averett University Sport Network, knotted at 0 on the scoreboard. We start the 4th set here. Montreal tries to start the set off with a score for the Cougars, but amazing dig there by the Eagles. Micah Patterson gets her hands on her and just gets in the right spot, and looks like Miller's going to send it over, which she does. We're going to set up Hanger. Hanger tries to get an amazing dig by Magnum there. Sharpshot is going to try to send it over. Amazing dig also on the other side by Gaston. Ozlowski's trying to get it over. An amazing block there by the Eagles. And we have a great game going on right now. Back and forth we go as they're going to set up none other than Gaston. Muntrin gets a dig. They're going to set up Sharpshot. Sharpshot is going to get it. They get their hands on the block, just couldn't control it. Way to start for the Averett Cougars as they go at 1-0 in the 4th set.
That's good to see. Once you get that first point, try to establish some momentum early on. No need to wait. Just do or die. Mackenzie Miller sends it over to Gaston, who pushes it back over to Shropshire, who knocks the ball out for a point for the Bridgewater Eagles. And number 12, Ozlowski, is back to serve. The Eagles are looking to close this one out, but the Averett University Cougars are not backing down.
They're not. Game tied at 1. Not at 1 here. Sharpshire is just going to have to send this one over. Couldn't get her steps right. Ball looked like it took the wrong angle. Hangers finds a soft spot, and those are the kills that she got early in the first game against against the Scots. And earlier she was just killing her left and right with the hard hits. Now she just found a soft spot and found the hardwood as Ozlowski sends it over to Magnum. And what an amazing block there by the Eagles. They're going to send to Morgan Barnes. And Morgan Barnes is going to take care of business and pick up the point. 2-2, back and forth we go. Her here early in the back and forth. Here we go in the 4th set early.
Number 7, Bismarck checks in for the Bridgewater Eagles. Taken out. Ozlowski has the ball sent over to Bismarck. Hit it to Hayes, to Jennings. Back to Mangum. Oh! That kill right there was astonishing as she hits number 7, Bismarck, and knocks her over, rolling her back. And you could just hear it, the oohs and ahs throughout the entire gym. Zamaya Mangum.
And Ian, you got all of that I couldn't get out. And what an amazing dig there, my Muntrin. You got all that I couldn't get out. It's number 7. Wow, what a beautiful play there by the Eagles. It's number 7. Jessica Bismarck felt that, and she's still feeling it. As Magnum picked up a big dig. It's like you said, you heard the oohs and ahs throughout the gym. But the Eagles knocked back and make an amazing play. And Magnum's just going to send this one over as the libero. Number 1, McNeely, sends that one. And now number 17, Gaston's going to get some action in the dig.
That totals up 15 digs for her. Back to serve, number 14, Jennings. Hope Jennings, a sophomore outside hitter.
Sharpshire gets it over.
Sets up Hanger.
Hanger gets it over. Magnum throws it back over. They're going to set up this time Gaston. Gaston's going to push it to the left top corner. Magnum sees it. They're going to set up Sharpshire. Sharpshire gets a good hit on it.
Setting up Bismarck.
Bismarck is going to send it over. Now they're going to set up Gaston again. Gaston finds another soft spot. Magnum with the dig, but it goes right out of bounds. And what I tell you is Gaston is such a smart player. Her head is on strong at all time. She continuously finds a soft spot in the defense.
As the coaches are trying to fix something with the scores table, protect the players in their safety as they dive for balls. Always great to see that. Safety first. That ball is out, as you can hear, by Zamaya Mangum.
Jennings sails that one out of bounds, and Friendly checks in.
Michael Patterson comes out as the dead stakes in front of the libero. Morgan Barnes, number 15 in goal. The freshman is back to serve.
Barnes back to serve.
Just short as the ball went into the net. And Bridgewater Eagles pick up the point. Number 1, McNeely, the libero in burgundy. that ball did not quite stay inside the lines, Montre Cash.
Indeed, it did not stay right inside the line. And you're just joining us here on the Averett Sports Network. Your Cougars are down 2-1 with the sets. The Eagles are up 2-1, and big part in this game is number 17 over there, Gaston. And she just got another hand on it, but a great block there by Madison Dedez and Sarah Shropshire. Bridgewater Eagles have been a big team in Emily Hanger, number 16, and number 17, Rachel Gaston. But the Cougars have been hanging in all day, every day. Down 2-1 here. Won the first set and dropped the next two. And right now, trail 7-5 on the scoreboard. And Gaston gets another one. Another block there by Dedez. Try to find a soft spot there. Was the Eagles. And so did Miller. Mackenzie Miller tried to find a soft spot, but just misplaced her timing as Ozowski checks back in for the Eagles.
Number 3, Hayes, is back to serve for the Bridgewater Eagles.
5'10" freshman out of Boone, North Carolina.
She sends it over to Patterson. Mangum
sends it over.
Gasson with the tip. Sends it back to Miller. Dedez with the kill.
Great.
Dig by Friendly. Mangum. Back to Miller. To Montre. And she kills it over. Montre, the sensational freshman for the Averett University Cougars. And we have I believe, a slip and fall as number 17, Gasson, gets up slowly. Hopefully she's okay. She seems fine. She's wiping up the floor with the towel.
And with all the diving in that the ladies do, this is why and during a tri-match, they usually switch jerseys because the jerseys get so sweaty and wet, and all the diving they do cause the floor to get wet. But the Eagles did not, as we know, change jerseys, and are still wearing their white with black tops. So when they slide, they have a very, very, very high chance of, when they slide for their digs, have a very high chance of getting the floor wet. And that's,
you are so correct.
as Magnum sends this one over, and it just heads out of bounds. A lot of service errors here for every team today. We had a lot of service errors and a couple of service aces as well. And all three teams that played today, in the Eagles, the Cougars, and the Scots, had a couple of both. As Gaston's going to send this one over to Magnum. Magnum is going to, get it over. Thought it was going to sail out of bounds. Harper gets her hand on that one. Ozowski gets it. Miller with the dig.
Great hustle by Dedez.
Dedez with the amazing
Leads over to Jennings. Jennings for the kill. Dig by number 3, Montre.
And Mackenzie Miller just finds another great spot in the defense, in the ball. Deflects off a Eagle and finds the hardwood for another point for your Cougars, down 9-7 here early in the fourth set.
Number 1, Micah Patterson is back to serve for your Cougars. And she serves it. Montre just barely got it over. She didn't get enough height on that when it hits the ball into the net for the error. Bridgewater Eagles lead your Averett University Cougars 10-7 in the fourth set. Montre. And that time she did not disappoint. Montre with the kill after the mistake she made earlier, and she makes up for it right away. And that's what you like to see, Montre. You got to get over the pass. You make a mistake, you got to move on to the next play.
She does, and that's very, very, very big from a freshman to see that she doesn't hang her head after mistakes and gets ready to go right at the next play. And what a great serve there by, I believe it was Mackenzie Miller. Indeed it was. She just finds very hard balls to hit, as in they just take weird bounces and they do not know how to cover them. And when they cover them, the ball goes away and does not go in the favor of the Eagles. The Eagles are going to set up, believe they were going to set up hanger there, but did not work. SoFi sends it over. Great dig there by Barnes. Patterson with the dig. We're going to set up Barnes. Actually, we're going to set up SoFi. SoFi gets it. Dig there by the McKinney.
And that's Jennings, number 14, with the kill. And I believe that's 9 on the day as I check my stats.
And there's Hanger again getting the disarray ball. The Cougars are not talking as they should be. And this is something they struggled with early in the first game. Ball's going disarray as they trail 12-9 here. Midway through the fourth set. Muntrin gets her hand on that ball. Mackenzie Miller's going to have to send it over on the third hit. They're going to set up nobody as now the Eagles are not talking between number 1, Taylor McNeely, the libero, and I believe it was also number 14, Hope Jennings. Don't know what happened there, but just a little bad talk. So Muntrin's going to send it over here. They're going to set up Hanger, and Hanger's going to keep that one. Hanger's going to keep that one. I thought it was in, and so did Brandon Baker, the line judge, but the referee had something to say otherwise, and he caught it out. Now trailing 13-10. Muntrin's going to send it over for the Cougars.
That point goes to the Bridgewater Eagles. And I believe we have to get the score correct.
And I believe we do now. It is now 13-11. I'm sorry. I said it was 13-10. But the scoreboard was wrong. Now it's 13-11. That is correct. Gaston's going to send it over. And it's going to stay in. The Cougars are not eyeing the ball correctly right now. 14-11. This Eagles team is 9 points away from moving on to a 3-1 victory versus the Cougars here on a Saturday afternoon as Hanger's going to send that one. And it looked like a timeout may be coming soon, and I guessed it right.
And Gaston and Hanger are a 1-2 punch alongside that front line of the Eagles with 17 and 13 kills respectively.
Back here on the Averett University Sports Network, the Eagles up 15-11 here in the fourth set. Maynard sends it over. A little miscommunication there from the Cougars. Gaston's going to send it over. Great play there, blocked by Sarah Sharpshire, and
Friendly checks back in for Jennings.
Morgan Barnes.
The Dez comes in for Micah Patterson on the barrel. Like Montre said, Morgan Barnes is back to serve. She sends it over short serve. They set up Hanger.
Hanger with the big kill there. Beautiful dig there by the Cougars. Maynard just misses that one and is upset with herself and tosses the ball to the ball girl and boy over on the right side of your screen. 16-12 now. The Eagles are 9 points away from ending this game and moving to 13-1 on the season. Cougars 3-8 on the season, We're on a 3-game win streak until this morning and lost one 3-0 to the Maryville Scots. And Patterson's going to send this one over. And Gaston with a great play, finding the soft spot and the ball hitting the hardwood. And that is now 17-12 as the Eagles creep closer and closer to pick up their 13th victory on the year.
Number 1, McNeely sends it over to the Dez, and she gets blocked by number 11 of the Bridgewater Eagles. And there's another final timeout for the Averett University Cougars.
We're back here at the Averett University Sports Network as your Cougars trail 18-12 to the Bridgewater Eagles. Gaston with the push and is in. She found the back left corner, knowing nobody in that back row was back there, and just gently pushes it for another kill.
They are 6 points away from closing out this game. The Cougars have fought hard all day as they won the first set. Mangum's going to pick up that point right there. As I said, the Cougars won the first set, and it looks like the Eagles are going to try to take 3 straight sets, 3 unanswered sets at that, back from the Cougars. But the Cougars will not go out without a fight. I do know that, Ian. These Cougars will fight hard. As Scolo sends it over. And a great block there by the Dez. The Dez gets another block. 19-14 here. The Cougars trail. (20-14) here.
Number 3, Hayes is back to serve for the Eagles as she looks to send it over. Mangum to the Dez, and she hits it over to Hayes as she sets up Gaston. Great dig by Mangum to the Dez.
Dez with an amazing hit. Great dig there by McNeely
as she sets up number 11, Madison Haynes. Madison Haynes, a senior from Bassett, Virginia, the middle hitter with the kill.
Madison Dez just gets that one out of bounds. 22-14 here in the fourth set. Your Cougars trail by 8 points.
Rachel Gaston is not in the game, but she does. Oh, yes, she is. 20 kills on the day.
Hayes sends that one over. They're going to set up Gaston. No, they're not. They're going to give that one to, not Ozowski, Haynes.
Haynes was her 5th kill of the night.
Haynes is going to pick that kill up, and Hayes, the freshman, is back to serve. She's going to send it over, looking for 2 more points here to set out this Cougars team and beat them 3-1 in 4 sets. But Mackenzie Miller and Jemima Mangum have other plans. And the ball just sails out of bounds.
This point will be the match point, if successful, for the Bridgewater Eagles, unless Averett University says otherwise.
And the freshman sends it over. The Des has other plans. An amazing block there by the Eagles, and the Eagles will take this one, and they will go to 13-1 on the season. Your Cougars will fall to 3-9 on the season, and your Cougars will travel Wednesday at 7 p.m. to begin conference play, and it will start off versus William and Peace University in Raleigh, North Carolina. And we will see you. Your Cougars fall 3-1 to the Bridgewater Eagles. We will see you soon. We will see you soon next time here on Averett University Sports Network.
Thank you for having me.